But fellas, we tip things off with Thursday's lone playoff game. The resilient Raptors once again bounce back, even if it was what they called yet another ugly performance. Their words, not mine. Kyle Lowry, he's really been struggling. Admitted it's been a mental struggle for him. Lowry, he got off to a pretty good start, but mostly because of all of the turnovers by Miami. They had 11 in the first quarter, Coach Fisher.
Yeah, turnovers on the road early in games always hurt you. You're playing from behind the rest of the way. That's what happened to Miami tonight.
And DeMarre Carroll had his best game since November. He had 21 points. Look at these numbers. This comes on the heels of Game 1 when Miami won despite committing 20 turnovers. Raptors closed the first quarter on a 16-4 run. They scored 14 points off of the 11 Miami turnovers. In the second quarter, it got worse for Miami. They trailed by as many as 14, and down goes Dragic. Dragic meets DeMar DeRozan's elbow. Dragic 8 stitches, 3 on the inside of his lip, 5 on the outside, but Dragic would come back a little later on. Look at Dwayne Wade. He had 6 points during a big 13-2 third quarter run. Miami, after being down 48-41 at the break, up by 2 heading to the fourth. Here's Hassan Whiteside.
Yeah, great play right there by Dragic, circling around the middle of the paint like old Steve Nash would do. Finding Big Whiteside for a nice layup.
While the backcourt struggles continue for the Raptors, Jonas Valanciunas continues his breakout, Coach.
Yeah, well, the big fella benefited still from Lowry and DeRozan's aggressiveness. Even though they didn't shoot the ball efficiently, just being aggressive, attacking the basket, still getting field goals up, allowed for great offensive rebound opportunities.
Another one here where the free throw struggles for DeMar DeRozan continue, but right place, right time for Valanciunas. Under 50 seconds to play. Dwayne Wade, not a three-point shooter at this stage of his career, but he's hit his last 4 in the playoffs. Heat went about 4.5 minutes without a bucket until that one from the field. Under 20 to go. Kyle Lowry was 5 for 18 from the floor heading into the final minute of the fourth quarter, but he hit that huge bucket, had another big bucket as well. Ensuing Miami possession. Look at the pass by Joe Johnson.
Winning plays, winning plays. A lot of guys force that shot. Joe Johnson makes the right play to his teammate. It's a big-time 3 from Dragic.
We've gotten accustomed to see Joe Johnson making those shots late in games, but Dragic ties the game at 86. Raptors a chance in regulation. Coach, you like the play selection here?
I like the play selection. I like the ball in Kyle Lowry's hands. I don't like the play in terms of it ending up in that shot. I think Kyle Lowry could have gotten a better shot because he's capable of it. We'll see what happens, as the game goes on. He ends up making the better play here by getting someone else a look.
In overtime for the second straight game, Valanciunas, third time in the history of the NBA in a best-of-7 series for the first 2 games, go to overtime. And then the struggles. We kind of bookended here. They start and they end with some bad decisions and missing shots for Miami.
Yeah, it was a tough overtime for Miami. They were scoreless from the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game. That gave Toronto a little bit of a cushion and got a big victory.
And now we're tied at 1 game apiece as the series shifts to Miami for Game 3. An overtime win for the Raptors. They improved to 4-0 during the playoffs following a loss. Now, in the setback, Dwayne Wade passed Scottie Pippen for 15th on the NBA's all-time playoff scoring list. Wade and the Heat shot nearly 50% from the field. However, Miami committed 7 more turnovers than assists, and Toronto scored 24 points off of those big Heat miscues.
I feel like if we don't turn the ball over 20 sometimes, we'll be fine. Offense is fine, and we can't keep giving up 20 turnovers a game. That limits us a lot. It allows us to see their set defense a lot. So offense has been good enough to this point. It's nothing about our offense.
All right, Miami, 41 turnovers through 2 games. Can't win basketball games. They won the first game, but that's a rarity in the NBA.
Yeah, you can't consistently turn the basketball over 20 times in a basketball game and win. And I think the Heat, hopefully getting back home for them, they'll play with more composure, more poise, not turn the basketball over as much, make some smarter decisions. And we talked about some of their younger guys, Richardson, Winslow. Those are key guys that they need to take care of the basketball, make good decisions, make open shots when they're there, but most importantly, play defense, play with energy, and not hurt the team. And hopefully they can do that for the Heat on Saturday.